This is a project showing how the use of metrics allows us to track or monitor projects. The purpose of this project is to monitor the progress of a project. Since we only have actual data for weeks 1 and 2, we must project out. In order to monitor this project's progress, we must calculate certain metrics. The metrics we plan to calculate are earned value, cost and schedule variances, cost and schedule performance indices, and estimated time to complete. This information was provided to us. In week 1, the rate of performance was 50%. Rate of performance is the ratio of actual work completed to the percentage of work planned to be completed. The planned value of the work for week 1 was $7,000, and the actual cost of the work was $8,000. In week 2, the rate of performance was 75%, the planned value was $27,000, and the actual cost was $29,000. The original time estimate given to us is $100,000, ending in week 10. The earned value is the value of work completed to date. It is calculated by taking the rate of performance times the planned value of work at that time. For example, for week 1, earned value is equal to $3,500. This was calculated by taking the rate of performance, which was 50%, times the planned value, which was $7,000. The earned value for week 2 that we calculated was $20,250. The cost variance is calculated by taking the earned value minus the actual cost. Since the cost variance is negative here, it indicates that the work is costing more to do than the work was planned. The schedule variance is calculated by taking the earned value minus the planned value. The negative number indicates that it took longer than planned to perform the work. The schedule performance index is calculated by dividing earned value by planned value. This ratio can be used to project time overruns. Here, the SPI is 50% in week 1 and 75% in week 2. The cost performance index is calculated by dividing earned value by actual cost. This ratio can be used to project cost overruns. Here, the CPI is 44% in week 1 and 70% in week 2. The estimated time to complete is calculated by taking the original time estimate, which is $100,000, divided by the SPI, which is 0.75. The estimated time to complete is 13.33 weeks. Here you can see the planned value, the actual cost, and the earned value. According to the graph, the project will actually finish behind schedule in week 13 and over budget, approximately $143,000 instead of the budgeted $100,000. The calculations are very useful in that they allow us to monitor the progress of a project. Using the formulas, we can calculate the earned value of the project, the cost and schedule variances, to see if the work is costing more and taking longer than planned, the cost and schedule performance indices, to see if there were any cost and/or time overruns, and the estimated time it will take to complete the project. As shown in this assignment, we were able to determine that this project will come in behind schedule and over budget.